Hello and welcome to Insights IS. Let's start our discussion. The first issue is your corruption perception index. Both Global Corruption Report and Corruption Perception Index are released by Transparency International. This Transparency International is a non-profit and international non-governmental organization which is based in Berlin, Germany, and it is founded in 1993. And the main purpose is to take action to combat global corruption with civil societal anti-corruption measures and to prevent criminal activities arising from corruption. In that light, we will discuss two kinds of corruption are being checked. One is your coercive corruption, that is coercive corruption, and another is your collusive corruption. So what is this coercive corruption? This coercive corruption is a corruption where there is a defined victim is there, and the bribe giver is forced or coerced to pay out in order to get his work done. And for example, you can say, suppose a farmer giving bribe to village accountant in order to get his land records done. So another is your collusive corruption. Actually, in case of collusive corruption, there is no real victim, and it is a kind of system that can be said to be victimized and exploited also. And here both the bribe giver and the taker collude together to short circuit the system. Mean both are indulged, the bribe giver and bribe taker are indulged. For example, the 2G scam, the recent 2G scam, where the telecom companies were said to have colluded with corruption politicians and bureaucrats and achieved their ends especially. And this kind of corruption are there. So both are considered in this index, that is corruption perception index. Let's discuss in details why this was in news. Because India's ranking has slipped from 70 80 to 80 compared to year 2018. So it is a bad news for us. So in this case, 180 countries and territories giving each a score from 0 mean highly corrupt, to 100, that is very clean, by their perceived levels of public sector corruption according to experts and business people. First in 1995 by the Transparency International, a non-profit non-governmental organization dedicated to fighting corruption. And this Transparency International was founded in 1993 and is based in Berlin, Germany. A majority of countries are showing little to no improvement in tackling corruption. Corruption is more pervasive in countries where money can flow freely into electoral campaigns and where governments only listen to the voices of wealthy or well-connected individuals. China has improved its position from 87 to 80 with a score of 41 out of 100, same as that of India. India's score of a 41 out of 100 remains the same as that in 2018. It has been ranked at number 80. So recently China and India are at the same rank. Main question would be like this: corruption causes misuse of government treasury, administrative inefficiency, and obstruction in the path of national development. Discuss. Let's move to the next issue, that is India helps Maldives to tackle measles. By providing over 30,000 doses of measles and rubella vaccine, India is helping Maldives to tackle measles. And World Health Organization declared the Maldives measles free in 2017. The Maldives presented a certificate of appreciation to the government of India for the gesture of goodwill and solidarity. And they signed memorandum of understanding on health cooperation in June 2019. And India is helping the Maldives in building a 100-bed cancer hospitals in Hulhumale as part of its 800 million line of credit. Let's understand what is this line of credit concept. Remember, the line of credit is a present amount of money that a bank or credit union has agreed to lend you. You can draw from the line of credit when you need it, up to the maximum amount when you need it, and you will pay interest on the amount you borrow. In the case, the line of credit case, the interest is very low. Both India and the Maldives are the members of the WHO's Regional Committee for Southeast Asia. And let's discuss about measles. It is a highly contagious viral disease. Viral disease, it is important to remember, and is a cause of death among youth children globally. It can cause serious complications including blindness, encephalitis, severe diarrhea, ear infection, and pneumonia. Then we'll discuss about rubella. It is also called German measles. Rubella is a contagious, generally mild viral infection that occurs most often in children and youth adults. Rubella infection in pregnant women may cause fetal death or congenital defects known as congenital rubella syndrome. This congenital rubella syndrome causes irreversible birth defects. Measles and rubella vaccine. These measles and rubella are caused by different viruses but share more or less the same symptoms, including the red rashes. The Measles and Rubella Initiative, a global program, aims at eliminating both these diseases. The vaccine for the disease are provided in the form of measles rubella, measles mumps rubella MMR, and measles mumps rubella varicella, that is MMRV combination. The next issue is your freedom of speech and expression on social media. So you all guys know this article 19 clause 1 and subclause A of Indian Constitution guarantees freedom of speech and expression to all the citizens. And you know this freedom of speech and expression are many time in use and it is important. So what is the issue? Let's discuss. The High Court of Tripura has held that posting on social media was virtually the same as fundamental right applicable to all citizens including government employees. It also asserted that government servants are entitled to hold and express their political beliefs subject to the restrictions laid under the Tripura Civil Services Conduct Rules 1988. Recently, the Kerala High Court in Fahima Sirin versus the State of Kerala case declared the right to internet access as a fundamental right, forming a part of the right to privacy and the right to education under Article 21 of the Constitution. The statement is very, very important, and the case that is Fahima Sirin versus the State of Kerala, that is very, very important as well. The next issue is your Sagarmatha Sambaad. This is in news because Nepal has invited the Prime Minister of India to Sagarmatha Sambaad. Besides many global figures, the event draws all the SAARC countries. Thus, it provides an opportunity to break the ice between India and Pakistan. It is an initiative of the government of Nepal to host a permanent biennial global dialogue starting from 2020. This headquartered is in Kathmandu, Nepal. Then the Samba Dialogue is named after the world's tallest mountain Sagarmatha, that is Mount Everest, which is also a symbol of friendship and is meant to promote the notions of the common good and collective well-being of humanity. It is a multi-stakeholder dialogue forum committed to deliberate on the most prominent issues of global, regional, and national significance. The first edition of Sagarmatha Sambaad will be held in Kathmandu from 2 to 4 April 2020, featuring the theme Climate Change, Mountains, and Future of Humanity. This theme, again I am reading, Climate Change, Mountains, and the Future of Humanity. The next issue is your Ophichthus Kailashchandrai snake eel. A new snake eel species residing in the Bay of Bengal has been discovered by the Estuarine Biology Regional Center, that is EBRC, at Gopalpur in Odisha. We will also discuss about this EBRC. This is your this kind of snake is found, and this is named as Ophichthus Kailashchandrai to honor the vast contributions of Dr. Kailashchandra, Director of Zoological Survey of India, to Indian animal taxonomy. It is the 8th species of the Ophichthus genus found on the Indian coast. It lives at a depth of around 50 meters in the sea. It is a 422 millimeter to 462 millimeter in length and light brown in color with white fins. The outer surface of their bodies is slimy, but they are not poisonous. Their teeth is moderately elongated, conical and sharp, and thus they feed on small fish and crabs. Let's discuss about Ishwarin Biological Regional Center. It is located at Gopalpur on sea Odisha, and is one of the 16 regional centers of Zoological Survey of India. It is established in 1980 under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. The next issue is Subhash Chandra Bose Aapda Prabandhan puruskar. This is awarded to recognize the excellent work done by individuals and institutions in India in the field of disaster management. This Aapda means disaster. This is announced every year on 23rd January, the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. In a previous lecture, we have already discussed in details about Subhash Chandra Bose and the important life events of him. If the award is an institution, it shall receive a certificate and a cash prize of 51 lakhs of rupees. The institution shall utilize this cash prize for disaster management related to activities only. If the awardee is an individual, the winner shall receive a certificate and a cash prize of 5 lakhs of rupees. Only Indian nationals and Indian institutions can apply for the award. Let's discuss the prelim question of 2017. One of the implications of equality in society is the absence of. Options are privileges, competition, restraints and ideology. So the right answer is privileges. Why not competition? We'll discuss. Because see, competition is good for society. Without competition, nobody will try to work. Nobody will try to do productive things. So competition is important. So we can't say that absence of competition you can maintain the equality in society. So this is the wrong option. So if you consider ideology, why it is a wrong option, we'll discuss. What is actually ideology? See, ideology is a manner or you can say critical thinking or set of normative beliefs and values that a person or other entity has for the society or any political, economic, any goal. So this kind of ideological absence of ideology can't maintain equality in society. Rather, it will maintain a chaotic and irrelevant and irrational society. So D would be wrong. And restraint. So restraint is required for the society, and we can't say absence of restraint. So restraint is there so that we can't go beyond a threshold to do irrational things. So restraint can't be the answer. So absence of privileges. Privilege means one person is given a higher privilege and one person given a lower privilege. This kind of thing can be the answer. I'm not saying it is 100% the answer, but if you compare the three options, then it would be the more relevant answer. So in this manner, you can do the questions. So this kind of questions doesn't require any kind of factual reminding factual things, and only your instinct, only your mental position, that is your rational character, can bring forth this kind of answers. So you have to develop your rationality as well, meaning rationality in thought. So the next issue is your next question. Which of the following statement is a true of the fundamental duties of an Indian citizen? Option 1, a legislative process has been provided to enforce these duties. It is a wrong option, because it is saying about legislative process. There is no such kind of legislative process is there. You can bring legislation for that, but legislative process is not there. They are correlative to legal duties. No, they are not correlative to legal duties. So both options are wrong. So option D is the correct answer. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.